look like it.
Look bigger than me. Guys, not
Which is not, you have been looking
say
bigger
your
than me.
line. Okay, let me go.
I'm on one day.
Hey guys, you're welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the
Okay, I see.
You're welcome to our channel. You're welcome to.
Welcome to Russia.
Sing up though. Oh, you sing treble.
You shall not disgrace me.
Guys, welcome to our channel with me. It's so good to be back. Like,
I was supposed to do that.
and
Welcome to our channel again, guys. It's really good to be back.
that was the okay, so welcome back to our channel. And it's so good to be after the
Let's break so.
yes, for having visitors. So we're back here, and we want to do something quite different from what we used. So we are recording this video for the second time.
Why did you say that?
Because who Camilla, we are recording this video for the second time because we realized that the mic was not connected to the phone.
This first time.
So this is the second video. Vlogging is a lot of work. So if you want to say I have to be doing vlogging like everybody in the world, are you ready for this?
Our director was smitten with the conversation. He did not even notice that.
He's doing solo marking day. Somebody that are supposed to be looking at the mic or this, he went to be listening to the conversation and forgot his word.
Tire, God will forgive you.
All right, let's go to the conversation.
Yeah. So welcome to our vlog, guys.
I forgot it. Sorry. I've done it before, so I thought that. Welcome to our channel. So today we're doing something very different. We're talking about life before marriage. We talk about marriage a lot. So somebody sent a question like, if God said this is the person you should marry, and you discover that the character of that person does not align with what you think or what you, it does not align. They're just compromising characters, and you're like, but God, I say I should call good to me. What should I do in this kind of situation? That's the question.
Well, for me, I think when people say they hear from God, I always put asterisk. Sometimes it could be the flesh.
In fact, if you remember when we went for counseling, this is when they say, why do you want to marry the person? You say, God said, you say, please just say something else. Because they have seen a lot of things
God
like
said.
God said, and they discover that this thing he says they did not like. This is why those things they're deceiving themselves. And because when they ask them questions on their compatibility and some other thing, you discover that these people they don't know anything, they don't know each other. They're like, so the man was like, please don't say God's way, say something else. What plan do you have for her? What plan do you have for yourself? What do you think guys are like? What is your business? What are you doing? What are your temperaments? What are all those things? What are those things? So if you don't know all of those things, it may be if you look as if God has not said something. You understand? Now there's something I just remember that when we were in school, when we were growing up, and my first pastor used to say talk about friendship. So when you come to my pastor and say you want to get married to somebody, he will tell you, are you guys being friends? So it's not about being it's not about God said. You know, in the previous generation, you can just meet someone on the road and say, this is God said this. And two of them they don't know each other before. They will not be doing courtship. So on that courtship, they will not get to know each other.
Yeah.
You understand? They don't know each other.
That's when they will start getting to know each other, learning each other's names, backgrounds. I'm like,
so my pastor used to say that you must know yourself first.
Yeah.
When you now know yourself, you now look at know yourself. It's not know. In fact, it's not even one person. My pastor used to say that make friends with people. Have like 5-6 friends.
Exactly. That will help you filter a lot of things.
Yes, you interact with them, then you now know like, this is the person that you can get married to, not the kind of person I'm married to. But also, my pastor does not like to hear this. It's not that he does not believe that there's gospel. He believes that, but he sees that beyond what we think God says, their character, there are things you should look out for. You don't just enter and God says, I don't care. You understand? So what people do is that they say, this is God's will, this is God's plan, and all of those things, and they close their eyes to every other thing. They say love is blind. And what they say that love is blind. When you marry,
you realize
your eyes will open.
Marriage, you do surgery for your eyes.
You understand? So beyond all of those things, you look at the physical characters, values. First of all, the values. Do the values align?
You must not miss when it comes to
the values are like the foundational values. What do you think about Christ? What's your idea? It's not as one person will say, I call Christ, and you will say, I call Christ Jehovah. There's nothing like Jehovah, there's Christ.
Yeah, you must agree.
Must agree. It's not that they say, in my own church, we used to open our hair. In your own church, we used to cover our hair. I attend deeper life for me, I attend Christ embassy. All those
little differences.
All those little differences
must be reconciled.
Yeah, they must be reconciled, because church doctrines look as if we are one in Christ. And most of us we are one in Christ, people are different. Then you see some character for some people can lie. They are Christians, so but they can really, really lie.
They will lie and dead body will rise.
As in, they lie.
And the dead will rise.
Some people have integrity issue. They are Christians,
Yes.
so integrity. Some people, they are emotional. When they are angry, they will insult you, insult your family. The things that they know about you, they will say, they will use to insult your life, abuse you. Some people, because of their background, maybe they came from homes that are broken and they have not refined, they have not checked themselves.
Or dysfunctional homes.
Or dysfunctional homes. They believe that's how marriage should be. They don't want to hear, even when they're teaching them church, this is how marriage is. They say, no, this cannot work, this does not work. And those kind of people carry all of those mentality all around, and you just assume that because it's God's will,
everything will just click like that.
it will click.
It doesn't work.
It does not make.
God does not do surgery overnight.
So when you think that God has said this is the person, all of the opening of your eyes, all of those processes of courtship and dating should be like a fire that should scrutinize what you think you have heard. That's like God's mercy for you. Because if God says yes, then we'll just say God says yes and we'll just get married and move on with our life. But the seasons of courtship and dating is to be sure, is this person really the person?
Yeah.
If for example you are an entrepreneur, you already have a name, and you meet a guy and he says it's God's will, and the guy says, sir, man, you cannot be what? An entrepreneur. I want you to be a sit-at-home mom.
That, I mean,
It does not align.
how
You can't be happy for the rest of your life.
how can God give you someone that would make you unhappy as regards career? That is why I don't believe you will pray to God to give you meat and He will give you stale meat. God is not that wicked. He loves you for Christ's sake. He won't give you stale meat when you ask for meat. So God will not give you something that cannot work for you, because God knows you. And when He's preparing someone for you, He prepares someone that will conform and complement you. That's where I see it. And then in the church today, we have many married couples that are divorced internally. They wear and go to church, but they are divorced. And it's because of this thing of physicality makes no sense. It's just purely spiritual, and that's how they got married. And that's why it seems like the unbelievers, like you said in our previous record, that it seems like unbelievers are getting it better. Seems. And then there's no justification for them now to do it our own way, because they even think or they know that their marriages fare better.
They say that we are swear by this sense.
They say we don't have sense. And if you look at it, many of us don't have sense. Because you see, like you said earlier now, those messages you see online. He beats me, but God has directed me to God has chosen him for me and stuff. Should I marry him? When I see messages like that, I think of the person as someone that has brain malaria. That's where I see it. How will God give you someone that will beat you? Did the Bible say your husband should beat you? There's a law in the Bible.
This is even common sense. Something.
Common sense.
You don't need to open your Bible. It's even against the law of the land.
It's against the law of the land.
The law can arrest somebody who beats you. You don't even need to carry it to God. This is not a God matter. You understand? This is not even a God matter. It's things that can. So what is the value of this person? You're talking about, like somebody wrote today on online that if you want to know somebody very well, check out what the content they release on social media.
On social media.
What they write on their status. Something that people just laugh for. I will like, this way, are you stupid? Something I will just laugh. Just write this, laughing. Somebody a girl with half bra, you put on your status, or somebody wearing pants.
I laugh about it.
You not say, look at this person wearing this, and you post it on your own status, or you write nonsense. See content that does not make sense. That's how you know the kind of person the person is.
That's question mark. You should put question mark on it.
Because beyond what somebody say they are, what they really are is in what they say.
Yeah.
What they say, how they exhibit it. So go and check out the person. What does the person say? What kind of content do they follow? Where do you see them? What do they talk about? When an issue is trending, how do they respond to
their
it?
opinions on those matters?
Yes, the people around their area, what do they say about them? Their parents, their siblings, what do they say about them? What do they think about life? It's so easy to know about them. With social media, it's so easy to know who somebody is.
There's this classic case of a lady that wanted to marry a guy, and so the guy's relative of the guy, they've not had children in many years. So there's a vibe that the guy should take a second wife. And surprisingly, this young man is in support that his brother or whatever relative should take a second wife quietly. And the guy is preaching the message to his babe of being a one-woman man. I mean, that's contradictory.
You know that when if a problem comes,
I'm telling you, my sister in the Lord packed her bags and shoes, and ma'am,
at least she's not writing on it.
Exactly.
Help me.
She took off, and that is how it should be, because it doesn't make sense. He's telling you that no, he won't. He is a child of God. He doesn't do this, doesn't do that. But his actions and his utterances, and his opinion on certain matters contradicts. That is actually his true identity, not what he's saying. So you will ask that, okay, how do I hear from God? The word of God. The word of God.
It's a primary way to hear from
Yes.
God.
So if that thing you are
hearing moon and you are dreaming, you see you get two of you are dancing on the wedding day, two of you are walking on the street, all those things are what emotions.
Exactly.
If you have malaria self, you can be dreaming all those stuff of stupid.
It's malaria dream. Most times it's
Even
malaria dream.
when you think about something too much, you start dreaming about the person.
Yeah, you start seeing the brother, he drives a nice car, his life seems to be put together. You will dream about him, there's no how.
I remember my last relationship, it was like, this is God. Everything was just working well, everything as in the location where the person is like, this is God. But there was this emotional thing of this guy is not always available. It's
not connected
emotionally. It's not available, Sani. He can go for 3 days. He can go for 1 week. I just say, I traveled though. Why didn't you come in? I was busy.
And that's all.
And
he'll move on like nothing happened. That is catastrophe.
I know it's gonna pray to God that God, is it you that send me work or it's not.
Imagine marrying that guy and getting pregnant. Pregnancy that comes with different shades of.
So the person will just I'm sorry to say that I don't have time. You know, all of those things. There's no need to. I remember the last weekend there was this program held in the Covenant Nation. So they invited Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo to come and talk. I can't remember. Is this my relationship pastor? So somebody was not asking a question that I'm dating a guy. He's good. He's God's will for me, but he's not emotionally available and all of that. The wife was like, see, you are not yet married. Don't put yourself into problem.
Exactly.
Move on. There's no need to go and go to Oreo and say, God, see you that.
Exactly. There are some things you don't cope with.
And there's only one person that is God's will for you.
Actually.
It's I say, if you come from that, this will believe that.
God has done the matchmaking from heaven.
But if the person does not agree, you'll be single for life.
In fact, babe, I believe that if God truly actually said this person is the right man for you, does not mean that person, that person may at that point may be the right person. But the person can fall out of God's grace, right? God, I mean, so at that point in time, if it's like I'm giving you a cap, but you're saying that you don't want, you're shaking your head. I'm going to remove the cap and give someone else.
Of course, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep, really.
God's will God's will can be 10, can be 20 people, and it depends on who you are.
Go back to God.
If I did not go to school today, like if I don't go to school, I have school start. I did not go to start. I'm living inside the village. The God's will for me will be different from what God's will for me.
I'm telling you. I may not have never met her. I may never have a reason to even pray about her.
Why will we even marry when I cannot speak English? So if we now have that house together now, what will I be speaking? What will I be?
Speaking like Jennifer.
So God is not like that. There's one person from heaven. And as much as you grow or you live, things change. So don't just say, because this guy, God told me it's God's will. If I don't marry him, I'm not going to find another person.
It's not true.
I know it's going.
And another problem people have is that it is this thing of peer pressure. Oh, my younger, especially ladies, guys hardly have this problem. My younger sister, I know. I said ladies have it more. Is it not guys that used to say I'm not ready to do this? But oftentimes ladies are guilty of this. That my sister, they know it's lie.
Say my family.
It's because her younger sister is about to get married.
I don't want my sister.
Why
will you go in front of me? I want to. So you are skeptical. You see, if you are skeptical about marriage, about marrying somebody, don't do it.
Or all my friends are getting married, and you are doing best lady for them, and you are feeling bad. I mean, is it not better you stay single than marry someone that will maltreat you both emotionally and physically?
And like when you not get married, all of this are inconsequential.
Your eyes when
you marry, the time you're married, I mean, you are older, it becomes very inconsequential. You see, that suffering that you are suffering is what we want will be in your brains. You will suffer the suffer. You will call on every word. We say, go and meet air fire. They will not answer you.
You marry at 23. And within 6 months, you are looking 45.
Yes, because you married a brother in the Lord that does not have sense.
But you married early. Someone that married at 36 is looking finer than you.
Yeah.
So have sense, please. Have sense.
I remember
the word of God is the ultimate.
It is the ultimate. And there's this book I read when I was a younger Christian. How to hear God's voice, or how to hear from God. As it's Kenneth Hagin's book. That book is very, very important. So some of us are so big on supernatural. You know, what was this man? This word, Billy Graham, this word evangelist. That is died. Well, we are bunking. As mighty and as the miracle that man did, he said he has never seen a supernatural. He has never had a vision. He has never had a dream. He has never had any voice.
And he is that.
The only thing he was that he had to hear from, how he heard from God was from God's word. He has never seen any trance. Nothing supernatural.
Everything's from the book of God.
So you don't have to see a dream or vision every time.
It's like the Bible is a constitution. It's like Nigerian law. Buhari will not appear to you in your dream to tell you don't steal. you know the law. You know you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So anything that goes against the law is wrong.
Yeah.
That is the way it is.
Many of the things are not even about Bible because the issue of maybe man is drinking or smoking.
Those ones, you know, it's common sense. Yeah.
Even values. How do you think? What are your values? What do you see about this thing? How many children? Some people as issue as guess how many children do you want? Yeah. If you cannot agree, the man say he wants 8 and you say you want 2.
You have problems.
What are people fighting over? Leave this man alone. He's the only one in the world.
And then there's the other aspect of the guy said, I am the will of God for him.
And the guy is not sure.
But you're not sure. But the guy looks okay. He ticks all your boxes. Auntie, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't know what you're trying to do. If
there's sometimes that you know, I don't want to say like, you know, that express will of God, as God is saying, my daughter.
But you yourself need a conviction.
When the guy comes and you're not sure yet, that's why I say, make friends with this person. Know this person. It's in the knowing, most of the time it's in the knowing that you will not be sure whether this person is really God's spirit or not. It's in the knowing, in the acting of people. You see how they talk, how what do the church people think about him? He attends a church and nobody can say any good thing about him in the church. All of those, this is how you will know. It's not in the
he said
it's not in the brother that some brothers can come with conviction. I remember one boy I came with conviction. Even me, God said, I was like, it's only for me to pray. This conviction is okay for the two of us. But virtually now, we broke up. The brother does not have sense. So I'm not saying that.
So
watch out. Wait it out. Look at the character. Look at it, and it's very important as believers that making decisions as marriage should not be the first decision. Should not be the first decision you will make with God. All the time you want to go to school, you want to make your career choice. You
not talk to God that time.
Crossroad. You don't know anything. You have not heard God say anything. You don't want to use something like as important as marriage
to know how God talk.
How God talk. Well done. You are a good child. So you guys, you are a good word. You are a good child. Just well done. You know you will not make mistakes.
You have issues.
You will make mistakes and carry names, pictures of people. See if you are doing that thing, you don't accept.
That is the dumbest thing I've seen.
You carry 10 pictures of boys. You now say, sir, please let me choose
which one of them.
The man will not look at one that is fine. I will give you money. You will not choose.
You must pay tight now.
So all of those things not make sense. So as young believers now, start experimenting with how to know how God says.
Yeah.
What does God say about my friend is asking me to pray about something? What did God say about it? That's how to know it. So until you sharpen your ear to know that this is what God is saying.
Yeah.
And even when you know, you cannot be perfect all the time. Wait it out. Look at what is happening.
Yeah.
You understand? Like Pastor Paul will say that if you are working on this earth and all your life and you are making decisions, the decision is full of problems. That is problem in your life every time. Problem. That is not God's will.
It's not God's
will.
will.
Go back and go and ask again that kilo chele. Because people believe that it's when there's trouble and problem there is God's will. But it changes my perspective of saying that if God is really talking to you, he's talking to you because he wants to make it easier for you.
Exactly. God is not wicked.
He wants to make decisions that you are making decisions. God, should I do this or should I do that? And everything is wrong. Go back to God and ask. So if you are dating that person and the person is giving you headache every day, you'll be crying like onions. Crying like every day. Why people of the world, they don't have this kind of issues. Then you have to go back to God and ask God, God, please, what do you give me? Is it a woman be your onions that you gave me? You have to ask those questions. That's it. So
marriage is both spiritual and physical. Marriage is a lot physical. It's a lot physical as much as it is spiritual. So we must balance this. The older generation took the spiritual so seriously, and that is where many of them are wearing and co, and they don't even know what orgasms. What orgasm is.
No, the funniest thing about those older generation is that some of them even call themselves brother, sister.
Even now, even married.
So they cannot even hug themselves.
Yeah.
I used to wonder how they give birth to children. I don't know how to say sister, daddy was a favorite answer. I let you.
Or the timetable. Monday what? They have sex timetable Monday.
There's one pastor that in our church that was preaching. You mean God family?
A day out of 2.
He said if he wants to sleep with his wife, all this one that we say wear down, can you come? He said he will bring his leg out. So he will bring his leg out. So the woman will now fall down, like she will now basically the leg and fall down.
Okay.
If you did like 5 times, 6 times in the house in the evening, the woman will not do that.
Jesus Christ.
So the woman will be falling down, the woman will even break things. because
of
want
sex.
of sex.
No romance, nothing.
So because of that gospel, so they don't know each other. It's like you don't know anybody.
I think I heard
you
it.
just be walking and just say that's gospel. And the Lord, sister, hear me. The Lord said, "You will be my wife." I don't know you. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know where your particular is. But God says you are the one for me. And they get it.
That also talks about the aspect of God said you should marry this person, but you have no physical, romantic attraction to the person. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. That's why you have these married people, they don't know what orgasm is. They can't even experiment. The woman cannot initiate sex, it has to be the man.
If I'm not to say, mommy, what kilo day? In
fact, some of them even have sex with clothes.
That one is the
you know hear that one before? Chineke come out with clothes on, with a nightgown. You just raise it up, do what you want to do, and close it back. And just press breast more like this, and nothing. No, everything it should be holy.
Yeah.
After the sex, you not pray.
Many of them could get
pray for forgiveness.
Many of them could get away with it actually.
Of course.
Many of them, they are sincere believers.
They are sincere, and then they don't have this kind of exposure. They won't survive in this our world.
Apart from this, our own world is full of
the
church,
full
of bad people.
It's different, yeah.
See, my mom used to say that. What kind of generation is that? People in the church. There's one person that was talking. Say, hey, they beat you. Why do you beat her? I say, it's only once I beat her. And you also want to say in the church though. So things have see the people. They are Christians now. They are believers, brothers in the Lord, sisters in the Lord. They are terrible people. My brother, open your eyes. Do it like this.
My sister too.
You sellotape. You sellotape.
Gum this one down.
Gum it down. As it's not.
And use pin to hold this one.
As God is saying that it's God's sweet. Be what? Be watchful. Open your eyes. Be watchful. Look at the family. As you said, if you marry from a bad family, even if the brother is, if you marry from a bad family,
you have problem.
You will suffer.
You have problem.
You will suffer. So you open your eyes to see it. Look at it. If you are not sure, if you are thinking you are too paranoid, ask elderly ones. Sir, this is what I noticed in this guy. Can I go on? If you are not sure.
Yeah, you have had just about the girl, how she sleeps around, how she's insincere, and you yourself, you have not seen it that there's a change. I don't want to say that people change or not. I don't care. I'm not going to comment on that. But you have seen those things and you're shaking your head. Know what you're in for. I used to say that there are three things: integrity, financial integrity, yeah, fidelity, and honesty. Those three things are the most important things in any kind of relationship. And even if you have these three things complete, even married that we have these things complete, there are still personal differences that still cause friction. Even sometimes to divorce. Now imagine that you're in a marriage where you are not sure of fidelity, you are not sure the person lies or not.
What are you not even? What is his foundation?
You will have serious problem.
What is foundation? Foundation is on what? On what exactly? Foundation is not on nothing. So you guys have to be very passionate. As much as you are concerned about the spiritual, be more very open your eyes. See, before you get married, fight for yourself.
Yes.
We're not two yet though. We are separate.
Exactly.
Fight for yourself.
Until you go to the altar or go to the registry, you are still one person, and things can still change.
Yeah.
I've done introduction. Does not mean that you can't pull the plug if you feel unsafe. I'm saying the truth.
Because really, when you now enter marriage, you have become a prayer point.
In our own case, our parents keep saying it too. Our Americans also say it. Until you marry, you still have the opportunity to call it quits.
You are not doing it again, no.
That is the truth.
Me, I've
always had that in mind.
Be selfish. If you see any madness that is not working, even if you are told your word, don't be ashamed.
You are allowed to be selfish in marriage because it's your life. It's like saying you will die, and if you're going to die, won't you do anything to stay alive? That's how marriage is.
They don't want to hear what they don't. They want
so
to.
There's
they want to hear what they don't. They care about people. What people say about me.
And some people, it's conjugal that is worrying them. They are watching porn too much and they can't have sex. So any available brother or sister is to shook
and get married and say, this. Let me get inside this and I'll move on.
Sex is very important in marriage. It helps with romance and intimacy, but it is not one of the most important things.
At all.
It's one of the most important things, not the most important. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important things, but not the single most important.
And this is not to say that any small thing you say about the person, you run away.
No.
There's no perfect person.
No perfect person. But there are some things you don't.
Core values of your life. Core things that make who you are.
Things as simple as this person does not operate in my wavelength of intelligence. It's okay to pull the plug.
Yeah.
I will not marry someone that I can't take to a gathering and she will embarrass me or she cannot contribute or she cannot cooperate.
They'll be saying something. She'll not be laughing.
Sometimes it's not funny.
Only her will be laughing there.
Or we are talking about politics and you're saying, so Osinbajo is Senate President, Abi. I'm going to freaking stone you to death. So guys,
you have to know your value, and that's one thing about people. Many people don't even know themselves. You don't know yourself, and you want to get married. What are the things that
you yourself
that make who you are?
You have to know what you want.
Like I just said, that there are many people that came to leave me that I did not pray about. I just know that it cannot work. I can't marry. It's not possible. It's not. Even God will slap me if I pray. I'll just see Angel Gabriel and say, "Shut up! What are you praying about?" I did not know that you can't marry this
That's
person.
why Ube boys say, Ube boys have done a lot of nonsense. When they get married, you see the kind of ladies they get married to. They get married to ladies that are more decent than the ladies they've done nonsense with, and you are surprised. There's nothing to be surprised about. They know what you are doing. And Christian brothers are naive and unwise for victim to Wobe's children. Let's have sense, please.
24 minutes. I guess we are done.
So guys, thank you very much. Please like, share, and comment below, and send us emails. This came in the inbox. Please, you can also do the same. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys.
Tell me what you notice about my wife. Thank you.
Nonsense. So next week we'll be coming in. The next episode will be coming with another couple.
Couple of person. Okay.
Couple of person. Okay.
Couple of person
to discuss something else.
Yeah, so, very important.
Watch out. I love you people. Bye.
Thank you very much. Tayo. It's not scary. No, neutral one, yeah. So remove it from handbrake.
Move away from brake.
Okay. Okay. Let's put on brake. So it's moving. No, you don't have to accelerate if it's moving by itself.
Okay.
Check that. You only accelerate if you want it to go faster than it to go. So I'm here with you. My wife is driving.
Wait.
So match your brake. Just move a little, just a little. Do you want to stop here?
No, I want to go further.
Okay. So, okay, but don't want to tire me. How are you? So good. Yeah. So.
And it's not like when you are straightening it, you just straighten it back.
Match your brake. You don't match your so per brake. Match your brake.
Not totally.
Not totally, but go slow down. So you match it as much as you want it to slow down. Show you guys. So you don't have to accelerate it. So where's the phone brake? Put move there. But you don't have to accelerate. Just match the brake to the extent you want it to. Show you guys. You are approaching a junction, so put your leg on the brake. Match your brake. See, it's not that deep at all. Show you guys, it's not that deep. So always remember to engage your handbrake.
Take it down.
Take it down. No. Press it. Lift it. Press it. You lift it then down. Show it. When you want to engage it, you pull it up. Now it is off now. If you want to engage it, you
again,
pull
I'll
it
just
up.
press it.
No. When you want to put it up, don't do press, just pull it. Yeah, pull it now. That's all.
If you want to engage it, I'll just press it.
No, you have engaged it. When you want to release it.
Release it, sorry.
This release, so you get engage. So engage it now. No, don't need to press. Just engage. Hey, how are you? Who are you? Yeah. Eh?